Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
I'd like to illustrate a point that I've struggled with for years. In fact, even to this day, this has been a struggle of mine. And just to make a confession, I'm sure you would relate that there are times when you feel out of control. You feel as though you're not in control of your own body, of your own inhibitions, your own urges, your own vices, addictions. And I had a friend who called me today, and we had a long talk. We had a chat about things that we had done. And he admitted to me things that he had done that had cause certain events to happen. We know about cause and effect. And it's easy to feel guilty, to feel like we did something wrong. But then when shame comes in and says, I am a bad person, that's something else. And we don't ever have to feel like that. This life is just a journey. It's all a process, but being kind to ourselves is definitely necessary on the journey, knowing that we are human. We are imperfect, but we are imperfectly perfect. We are perfect in all of our flaws and imperfections. So knowing your subconscious mind, I had to let my friend know that as I understand it, the conscious mind is like branches on a tree. Imagine your conscious mind, every conscious decision that you make, they're like branches or the fruit of the tree. And at the subconscious level, everything that happens below the surface, they're the roots. And it's been said that as giant as certain trees may be on the top side, below ground, the roots that are necessary to sustain the tree, to have it standing, that foundation, the roots are much, much larger, much more massive than the tree itself, than the top. So the roots beneath the tree are the subconscious mind. Things take place here before they get to the branches, to the fruit. So in order to change the fruit, we must change things at the root level. Change the root, you change the fruit. So, in actuality, every time a conscious decision is made, every time you do something at the conscious level, you are already late. We're already late. Even me doing this podcast right now, it was already something that was in my subconscious mind. I've programmed myself to do this. So that is the fruit that is coming on the branches, because that is in my programming. But if that wasn't in the foundation, if I hadn't laid that foundation, which the number always changes, people say it takes 21 days to ingrain a new habit. Some people say it takes 90 to change your whole lifestyle. But if you can just think, if I do this one thing just for 21 days, I have a shot at making this my lifestyle. I have a shot at etching a neural pathway in my mind and creating a new subconscious habit. And if I can stop doing something for that amount of time, then I have a shot at letting that thing go. So give yourself a fighting chance to change the fruit if you don't like it. If the fruit that is ripening on your branches, the fruit that you do not want in your life, you must change the root. That will take willpower, and that will take strength. Conscious effort over and over again. Changing the root, changing the root. Consciously doing things over and over repetitively every day that you want ingrained in your life. That is the only way that I have found to truly engender the change that you wish to see. Becoming the person that you envision yourself to be. You are a champion, my friend. You can do it. You can become who you envision. Become that person inside you, that person who is waiting to get out. But you gotta change the root to see different fruit. You've got to have the willpower and the conscious effort to repetitively plant new seeds to reap a new harvest. So, my friend, when times get tough and temptation starts to creep its way back into your life, and you start thinking about these urges and these vices that you used to have or that you still have today, keep in mind the vision of the person that you wish to be, the champion you know you are. All is well. All that you need is within you now. All that you need is within you now. Muster up the courage to face those fears. For the people that inspire us most aren't the ones that have no fear. They are the ones who are courageous in spite of their fear. It takes courage to eliminate something that no longer serves you and to become who you were always meant to be. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in downtown Los Angeles. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a kind message today, letting you know and encouraging you to pursue your greatest version and realize that it has always been there and it always will, just waiting on you to unlock it. Share this message with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing and becoming their best selves, just like you. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if you are new here, and this is your first time hearing this podcast, definitely subscribe if you are not already. But if you feel compelled to support the podcast and you really gain value from this, then consider supporting it by opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw and clicking that little support button there is much appreciated, my friend. Thank you to all of the wonderful supporters who continue to donate month in, month out. You are the lifeblood of this podcast, keeping it pumping, keeping it going, and I have to show you my appreciation. Much love to you. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Take care.
Hey there, my friend. So, you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.